Well, it's another night out in the garage. Today was a little warmer. I guess it got up to about 50 or something, so I was jumping on the opportunity to come out and do something, but neither of the Volvos I have the correct stuff that I want to do to them, the parts for them, so I wanted to do something else. And I have this 5.3 sitting here, so you're looking at the makings of a 10-second street monster. This is a 5.3 I pulled at the junkyard. It came out of a 99 Silverado, I believe. It has 200,000 miles. It's perfectly race ready. Surprisingly, there is no bore ridge on this at all. These are smooth as can be. I was very surprised when I pulled that apart. But I began to do the whole teardown thing here, and as you can see by evidence of all the crap on the floor, started using a screwdriver and a razor blade and a putty knife. Tomorrow it's going to be decent weather again, so I'm going to take this out, tape up stuff that needs taped up, and then pressure wash all the crap off of it. So the plans for this, I have a VS Racing turbo kit for it. It's going to be a GT45 turbo, 31 by 12 by 3 intercooler, a 3-inch intercooler piping kit, along with it, it's got everything, clamps and couplers. Came with a wastegate, a blow-off valve, the oil feed and return lines for the turbo, and then the flanges for welding on. So this, I'm hoping, I'm going to try and clean this up, spray it, make it look halfway decent. I don't like working with dirty stuff, and I have time, so I clean that up. And then over here, the stock aluminum heads. This is probably going to be the most frustrating part of the whole thing. There are two broken off exhaust manifold studs in there, and they're going to be a pain in the butt to get out. And you got to be careful, because if you screw up the threads in the hole here, you're kind of screwed, and the heads are junk. So I'm going to try and extract those. There's two in this head, and there's one in the other head. But things to do on these, clean them up real well. They're straight, everything looks good. Going to change the valve springs. I have the Pack 1218, I believe they are. Where is it? Yeah. Pack 1218 springs. And then this guy is the intake I found on Craigslist. I think I paid 50 bucks for this, less, 30 bucks. This was supposedly only ran on the car for 30,000 miles. And it's definitely very clean. It looks like it was only run for that long. So I'm going to steal the throttle body from the truck intake, and I got a gasket for it. And then apparently, to make that work, when the intake is sitting on the engine here, you have to take a rubber mallet and whack this water neck in the clockwise position a little bit. Take it from something like this to something more like this, so it'll clear the throttle body junk here on the side. And then I'm going to flip the exhaust manifolds and face them forward. I'm just going to use the stock manifolds, and then make up the hot side of the turbo. As far as the ECU, the MS1 box is already built. That was probably the first thing I ordered for this thing, and did. But that's all ready to go. I need an MSD 6010 box to control the ignition coils. And then I've decided I'm going to run a Power Glide transmission, just because I can get one from my brother, so he can help me out with that. I'm going to run, I guess, a 3000 stall converter, somewhere in that vicinity. And by the way, this is going to my 87 Mustang. It's the coupe. It's just a stock, well, it's an HO50 in it right now, 5-speed, world-class 5-speed. 8.8 with 373s. But I'll probably put in another 8.8 with 273s, something for the turbo to lean up on. That should work nicely with the stall converter, and the flash point of the turbo is going to be right around 3 grand, 3,200. So this is a pretty common setup, pretty common swap. It's going to make, on motor alone, I would say it's going to be in the 550 to 600 horse range to the wheels. And then if I want to add spray, I can add spray. It's a very common combo that guys will run into the nines. So with a light car, Fox chassis, it'll be definitely doable. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that goes with this. I guess 80-pound injectors are going to be run. And really that's about it. Everything else is kind of custom fabbed. Motor mounts are pretty easy to do on this. I think you can even buy LS motor mounts for the Fox chassis to drop an LS motor in. But I'm going to just kind of see how much stuff I can make, how cheap I can do it. So there's stuff as it is, and I will keep you updated. I guess I'll probably try and take a video after I get it cleaned up, painted, sprayed. I need to order head studs yet. I think they're 70 bucks. It's the head stud, or the bolts I pulled out were 3 different lengths, but I think the head stud kit that I want, there's 2 different length bolts in the stud kit. I think that's the one I want. I mean, that's what it's listed for the year. I'm going to give them a call. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to run a Corvette alternator bracket to put the alternator up here so it clears in the Fox chassis. And there's some various other things that I'm going to do, but there's the dirty motor, and I will clean it up and show you guys once it's cleaned up. I can show you the car that it's going to go in and the various other things, and keep going keep giving videos as I go here. It's easy to track everything then, and if I need to go back and reference something that I did or when I did it, makes life easy. Plus, if you guys have any comments or suggestions, that always helps. So, alright.